All right.
The new do. Oh, this is interesting.
Oh, you got a little selfie.
Oh, we got packages. Where are you going? I just made myself some stew. It's actually a leftover from the weekend. Just played with crew. But we're gonna eat some stew and then I'm going to get to opening my gifts. So my stew just consists of venison steak, potatoes. I didn't have much potatoes left in there, so I added rice so I can get more of my carbs. We got kale and celery and peas and carrots. We're gonna open them together. Yeah. So it actually is some gifts from the registry and some that I've purchased myself. Boom, 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 baby. Look how big this belly is getting now. My shirts aren't, it's popping out the bottom of my shirts. Gila. I don't remember what this is. Ooh. This is the strapless baby hip seat. It was really good reviews. Oh, and it's like a little backpack too. I like it. How cool is that? So it's got a lot of little compartments so you can put stuff in. So it can be, oh, how fun. Probably can't fit it around myself right now. And you've got all these little compartments. Stuff. Oh, doodad here. Even cooler than in the videos. So baby sits here and it's less arm work. You actually use your hips, kind of like hiking, like backpacking. So when you have your heavy backpack, you have the hip straps. So your hips take some of the weight versus all of your back and your shoulders. I like it. Tush baby. Strapless baby hip seats of what it looks like. Ha! Real. I like the colors of that one. Look at the little pants. Little kitty cats and flowers. And this is cute. Oh my gosh, the little pants. Oh, Hannah. Oh, this is my friend Hannah. Oh, yes. I forgot I bought this. I was trying to decide on a robe. Heard good things about this Milkmaid brand, and it is soft. Oh, it's so soft. Oh, and it has that just a little bit of stretch to it. Oh, this is gonna be amazing. Yes. Opening things. We've got bottle cleaners, and then the Boppy pillow cover. Oh yes, look at how cute that is. There's the little unicorns, the Boppy protective liner there. Ooh, changing pad liners. Changing pad liners. Got a bunch of those. Ugh. Oh yeah. No. No. Look at the little giraffes. They're so cute. Crew, Bring it over here. Oh, this is from my sister and brother-in-law. Look at how cute these are. We've got bibs and bows. That's so cute. I don't know what that is. More bows? Can never have enough bows, right? Thanks. Oh, we got some more. Oh, like she's thinking ahead here. Look at this. Little container. So I'm guessing you fill this up. Oh, little hair clips. Oh my god, this is cute. Look at this. Bows. And this, oh, this looks like a swaddle. Cute, it has little chickens. So my sister-in-law makes these bow holders. She's telling me she wanted to make these for me. Oh, how fun. I love homemade stuff. Oh, these are perfect. I gotta put this one together. So there are no directions, nothing to tell you what goes where. I'm gonna do a little rocket science here and figure out how this thing goes together. Okay, so this is why I got this one, is because I wanted the automatic here, but I also wanted the detachable one so it could be a rocker too. What to do? There we go. Oh, we turned it all the way up. Okay, there's no chill with this thing. And it's turned all the way up. I turn it down to the lowest setting now. This literally has no chill. Like, all the settings are the same. All 6 settings are this speed. And that's like lifting. Right there. The other thing I noticed is this is supposed to have batteries here, and the cover's missing. Everything came in this plastic bag. So it's telling me that this was a return. And I'm starting to get the picture why it was a return. I read reviews from various different websites, and apparently the motor stops working like fast, and that was like the #1 complaint for this thing. I think I'm gonna return this. If I'm gonna spend almost $200 on this, I'm gonna buy one that's actually more legit and actually get something better than this. Yeah, don't get this one. Fisher Price. So me and the hubby took a day this week, and we pressure washed and organized and cleaned the garage so that I can start utilizing the gym area. And I brought my mirror back out, opened this back up because it was all closed up, but it was dirty. We just had mud and dirt and grass just from winter, you know. And we bought this new guy. We finally gave in, finally made an investment. So we're going to retire the push mower, well, keeping it just in case. Retire, but got this guy. But you know what, 3 years, push mower, all this yard, let's upgrade. So we upgraded to this guy. And we used it the other day, it was fun. we had fun. just out here stretching. It's a nice day today. It's not raining for once. Stretching has become a little bit of a challenge these days. That round ligament pain, it has finally caught up to me. But taking it slow, just listening to my body, not rushing it. Also, my pubic bone, my pelvis feels like it's just gonna like fall apart. There's so much pressure down there. It feels like a baby's just gonna shoot out sometimes. And if I can't do something, I detour. I do something else. I'm at the gym and it's raining. It actually has not stopped raining. It's been raining every single weekend. We've had a very wet June so far. But it is Monday, the 13th. 1 week before we head to Seattle. This will probably be my last day that I come to the gym to do a gym workout. Then I'll probably utilize my home gym the rest of the week. But we're gonna do a heavy leg day today. And I've been so proud of myself because I have maintained my strength thus far. I haven't actually had to drop in weight or change anything so far. So that is a proud accomplishment of myself during pregnancy. I'm gonna take you guys along today for my leggies workouts. Going to be doing upper body, like a supersetting today. So that's usually what I do, a split on my strength days is lower and upper body. Can I give you a rundown of what I'm going to be doing for packing? So I've already got kind of some stuff like accumulating here in the baby's room in the nursery. But what we're going to do is use tubs versus like luggage or bags to fill stuff with. So I already had a bunch of these that were kind of somewhat full, so I pulled all the stuff that was in them out and put them in a plastic bag and just put them back in the garage where these tubs were. So far I got 4, so I won't have to buy any. I don't think I'll have to buy any. I think this could work, but I'm gonna bring my gym bag, my yoga mat, then I have my hospital bag as well as the baby's hospital bag, because I'm gonna still have those packed and ready, and bring the boppy, and then I'll bring extra baby stuff as well just in case. But then I'll have with the tubs, probably what I'll do is I'll do like bathroom tub and then kitchen tub and then a tub for me and Nick for like our clothes and shoes and stuff like that. But we'll just accumulate all of our stuff in one tub for different rooms. I haven't started packing anything yet because most of the stuff that I'm going to be bringing will be using through the week. So I will be packing everything on Sunday into the tub, so then we can just put it in the car and then leave Monday morning. So I got the Mom Cozy M1 pump. So I'm going to be bringing those because I don't know what's going to happen and I might have to pump. Then we obviously got her car seat. I'm going to bring all my postpartum stuff. So I've got all my diapers. And then my perennial cold packs. So I got those. I got these, just a huge box off of Amazon. So I'll bring a bunch of those. Bring all the diapers for me. Box I'll bring with me. So Dermioplast. The perennial spray. Heard some great things about that. Yeah, got my Haka. And what do we got here? Nipple cream. Yeah, we'll bring that. But I also have that Perry little spray bottle. Spray your vag. Perennial cooling pad liners. So I'll be bringing like this little basket with me. So somebody told me today that I looked like I dropped. I did not drop. I still have basketball belly. Yeah. Still like a toiger. I'm gonna take you through my nightly routine. I just showered, so I'm all fresh and so clean. I still have leftover makeup on my face. I use the Pond's. Yeah, I'm just gonna throw that on the ground. Chose violence tonight. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I love this stuff because it's a cream, the oil base, so it's moisturizing, but also very gentle. Oh, rose toner. Babar. Just a little brown pad. And why do I like a toner? Because if you wear makeup, it gets that extra makeup off. Yeah, look at that fresh face. My face is lighter than my body because I use a self-tanner. I use Rasa self-tanner, complete shade. I started using this again because I got past that really itchy stage. It was so itchy that I couldn't use this. Whew. Squalene lactic acid. This is actually safe to use while you're pregnant. So I put this all over my face. I got some acne, well, acne scars, more like it. That's the remnants of it. So they do go away, so not too worried about it. Biossance Omega Repair Cream. None of their products have fragrance. Fragrance can be drying to your face. Oh, feels so good. I go down into my chest. Up my neck, all the way into my ears. I go everywhere. I sew that shit on. Last but not least, to complete this masterpiece, Spoiled Mama Tummy Butter. Mamas, all you mamas out there, this, first of all, smells like orange chocolate. It's delicious. Makes you want to eat chocolate. It is amazing for pregnancy, but also postpartum. I put this on every night after the shower, every morning. Just get a little bit more. I also put it all back here. Because we stretch from here to here. If you've got stretch marks, it's great to help lighten up those stretch marks. Right there. All down in my booty. We're not showing any lady bits. I already put it on my tatas. They are already basking in luxuriousness of moisture. All over here, all over there. Haven't gotten yourself some tummy butter? Get some tummy butter and put it all over that tummy. Ciao. So I am going to try to explain our situation, kind of give you guys the actual real rundown of what's going on. So let's talk about baby girl and her heart thing. So some of you guys have been kind of following along, and we've been monitoring. So we had some concerns in the very beginning around 12 weeks, and then now we've progressed to this point where it's come down to just it's her heart. Doctor, a fetal cardiologist, drew up for us, so it gives you a better idea of what's going on. So this is basically a fetal heart here. So we're looking at my baby girl's heart. So this is the left ventricle. So as it's sitting in here like this, the left ventricle of our baby girl's heart is underdeveloped, so it's small. So we have this aortic arch here that comes down right here. So you can see that this aortic arch comes and connects into that left ventricle. So her left ventricle is small. This aortic valve is actually, or that arch is narrow. Our last fetal echo that we did, we didn't see any improvement. So that was at 32 weeks. I'm at 35 weeks now. So that was, everything didn't develop. So it was still small and still narrow. So this is where we came to the decision that there's most likely that she's going to need some kind of intervention or surgery right after she's born. Why? So when the baby is in vitro, in the belly, the placenta pretty much provides the baby everything she needs. So the blood, the oxygen flow through her body. Babies don't use their lungs while they're in the womb. So the lungs are collapsed. So this is where the placenta pushes and provides all the oxygen and blood flow that baby needs. So what happens is when baby is born, when they take their first breath and they cry, their lungs expand. So then we have this ductus stenosis here. You can see that little thing this here is providing all the oxygen and blood flow through the heart. Now that's supposed to close off when baby's born. And then that aortic arch takes over, or is supposed to take over the blood flow and oxygen that goes to the heart, that gets pushed to the lungs, and that what we as adults, or when we're not in the womb anymore, this is what our body naturally does, is it takes over. So for our baby's case, their concern is because of the narrowing and the small ventricle, that her body is not going to do properly what it's supposed to do when she's born. This is where the intervention would come in. So she wouldn't get the proper amount of blood flow and oxygen through her heart to her lungs. What happens at this point of after she's born, if that's the case? So as far as I know, just from our appointments and our going back and forth with everything, is what they will do is once she's born, I think from what I understand is she immediately is going to end up going into NICU. They do a baby heart ultrasound after she's born, so they get a better look at her heart too, because obviously we still have more time for maybe development in this case. So there's a monitoring between, it could be immediately after birth that she might need surgery, or it could be within 7 to 10 days. There's just a monitoring involved and a lot of ultrasounds. And if, so best case scenario, which our fetal cardiologist feels is more likely for us, she will need a very low invasive surgery or a very small surgery where they do something with a balloon and they expand the valve and remove that obstruction, right? So we can get proper blood flow through there. Now, I don't know in detail like what happens from that point forward, if the balloon stays in or if the balloon, they just do this and then they take the balloon out and then they sew her back up. Like, we're gonna know more of this once we actually get to the hospital. But this is kind of like just kind of getting a little idea of what to expect. Could be that simple. Or it could be something a little bit more invasive where she will need a surgery and then a stent, but then she will need to heal. And then a month later, she will need another surgery and replace the stent. And then another surgery a month later, heal, another surgery, another stent, because obviously they grow. So you can't just have a surgery, leave this one stent, and then, you know, you have to change the stent with the growth. So that is the most invasive worst case scenario for our baby. So this is kind of where we're at in terms of our baby girl, and there's still a lot of unknowns, which I wanted to know. Worst case, best case scenario, I wanted to know it all. We've been gathering so much information and just preparing ourselves, but also educating ourselves for whatever possible could happen, because anything can happen. We are staying very positive that she could not need anything. She could develop and we would just be there for a very short period of time, then we get to come back home. So we're just staying very positive that it's going to be all good. I will be documenting everything in the process and what we learn and as we go along. So the reason of being somewhere is because if she does need something, they want to be ready. On call, know what the situation is and be ready for anything. Versus if we gave birth here in Montana and we'd have to be transferred out, because we do not have any fetal heart surgeons here in Montana at all. So we would have to be transferred, and that would be life flighted to either any of those hospitals, Utah, Seattle, wherever. And the thing with that is they try to avoid separating mom from baby. And what happens is if she does have to be transferred, baby would have to go on a life flight by herself, because I wouldn't be able to go with her. From what they were making it sound like, that baby, we would have to be separated. And depending on, especially, like, she would have to be rushed, I would have to come after. And so, yeah, so they want to avoid that and just be somewhere so that, you know, I can give birth, I can be in the hospital. We have the children's hospital right next door, and we just all be there. So that is why we're being trained. It's been a stressful day. I have been on and off the phone with insurance and providers, hospitals, I mean, you name it. So originally we were supposed to go to Seattle, the children's hospital and UW there, because that was just one of the options that our provider had in terms of what kind of care we need for our baby. Well, I didn't think about it at the time, but kind of late in the game, I was like, oh my gosh, insurance. I need to find out if insurance they even take my insurance. So comes to find out, Seattle is out of network for our insurance. So we sent an appeal in, a complaint to the insurance commissioner, trying to bump it up there to see if we could get covered in Seattle, because we had already made arrangements with the hospitals, with accommodations. I mean, you name it. We had everything planned out. And finding out today that no, found out that they are not going to cover, we won't be covered for our care in Seattle. I got a phone call from University of Utah. So my insurance appointed somebody to me, their care provider. And so University of Utah is actually in network for us. And they do have kind of a with my particular insurance, so it's Montana Co-op. So now I was in this position where I was like, oh my God, like, what do I do? So I'm like calling our doctor, I'm calling our fetal cardiologist. And like, because what it really comes down to is the proper care for, like, we want the care for her. That's all that matters. Location, it doesn't matter, right? And so I'm just like, is Utah a good place to go? Like, oh my God, I don't know. So I actually just got off the phone with our fetal cardiologist, and he was absolutely, I send patients to Utah, to Salt Lake City all the time. So you would be in great hands there. So that was a relief, a little bit of that reassurance. So now we're in this position. Now we literally are canceling everything in Seattle to get everything scheduled in Utah, to the University of Utah. We were, in terms of accommodations, where were we going to stay? Because we don't have family in Utah or anywhere even merely close to the hospital. Same thing with Seattle. So we were like, where are we going to stay? Of course, me and Nick, we agreed we want to be comfortable. We want to have some sense of normalcy. So we were looking at Airbnbs, but Airbnbs were, because we don't know how long we're going to stay there, to $15,000 just in it for a month. And we're like, we don't have that kind of money. So, and then of course, like, insurance, you know, is not going to cover something like that. And so the accommodations that the hospitals usually provide is like the Ronald McDonald House. And I did look at the Ronald McDonald House, and it's like a hotel stay. They have a community kitchen, and you guys know me, I'm all about cooking my food, my own food, having my own space. And I was like, I would rather pay a little bit of money, a little bit of extra money, to be comfortable and have what we need, and be, again, have some sense of normalcy. I actually reached out to a lot of you guys on my Instagram asking, do you guys know of anything? Do you know for where we could stay? Airbnbs, maybe something along those lines. And I had somebody who had pointed out, talked about furnished findings, which is for like traveling nurses. So sometimes they'll accommodate people in like different situations. So I'm like, okay, so I took a look at it, and I actually found this apartment, like, ended up fitting into what we were looking for. Just something simple. They're listing basically on this site, and it was Hello Landing. I don't know if any of you guys have heard of that. So I went to Hello Landing's website, and I was just like, ugh. Like, the options that they had, and more affordable than an Airbnb, and they have flexible dates. So basically you can have a start date and end date of your stay, or you can have a start date with flexible, so you don't know technically when you're gonna leave. And that's what we were looking for. So I ended up getting in contact with them and talked to quite a few people who have been seriously like angels. Just a blessing in disguise when it comes to this. So I told them my situation, and they absolutely were just more than helpful, and especially with our situation. And we originally had booked an apartment in Seattle, in downtown Seattle, like 20 minutes from the hospital. And this is where I got stressed out, because I'm like, now we're changing locations. How is it going to be easy to change locations? Are we going to be able to do that? And so we got this whole thing booked, and then I called the head of marketing today, and I talked to her, and I'm like, so this is my situation. How easy is it to switch apartments to a different state? And she's like, oh, this is so easy. And she's like, this is the last thing I want you to worry about and be stressed about, is where you're going to stay, where you're going to live during this process. And I literally, it was just a weight lifted. They have Hello Landing. They have been so amazing with working with me. And in terms, I'm going to cry, in terms of just being a resource for us in this situation of, you know, we're uprooting our life and going to a different state to deliver baby girl, and obviously not knowing what the outcome is going to be until she's born, and then working with us. And I just couldn't be more grateful. And so we literally, that easy peasy, just switched our our accommodation, our apartment from Seattle to a place in Salt Lake City, 15 minutes from the hospital, a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, a beautiful place. I'm at a loss for words. I really am. So if any of you are looking or in a situation like ours, or just any kind of situation, or even you just are looking for a place to stay, Hello Landing, from what I've experienced in this short period of time, I could not stress or recommend enough. When we get there, I will do a full tour of the apartment so that you guys see like how, I mean, they're beautiful. They're fully furnished. I mean, everything. So I'll do that walkthrough of the whole place when we get there. That is where we are at so far. It has been a very stressful 2-3-ish weeks. Overwhelming. I have cried so much, and I'm not so much worried about the surgery or anything going wrong or being bad, because I know, I mean, modern medicine, it's come so far, and I know from our providers here that we're going to be in good hands. And I believe that 100%. And the fact that we do have this option for her. I think my biggest thing is leaving home. Leaving home is the hardest thing. Leaving our home, leaving friends and family. So that, I think, is the hardest part for me, and what has been, you know, trying to work through that process. I do know everything's going to be okay and everything's going to work out. And as far as the doggies go, they are staying here. They can't come with us because, again, when we do deliver and we're at the hospital, and when she does need to go in the NICU and have surgery, you know, we're going to be at the hospital all the time. So we won't be able to have anybody to watch the dogs. So it's better that they're home in the comfort of their home and not somewhere random, unknown, and not being able to have us with them a good amount of the time. So my mom is actually going to fly down here and stay for a good month, watch the dogs for us and watch the house. And then we do have a family friend also as well who has stayed here and watched our dogs, love our dogs. She is going to be able to help us for as long as we need as well. So yes, I am going to miss the dogs terribly. I think that's one of the other things that's really rough for me, is leaving, and especially Crew. Mama's boy is gonna think that I abandoned him because we have a routine. You know, I work from home and we have this routine and everything we do. So it's gonna be a change for all of us. I will be documenting everything for you guys. So be sure to make sure you subscribe, turn on those post notifications, turn on that little bell so you don't miss, because I'm gonna be posting a lot of stuff on here. It'll just be so much easier to document everything and have it all in detailed form here versus like Instagram. Thank you so much to all of you guys just for your support and encouragement through this time. And also a lot of you guys' stories and experiences you've shared with similar to what we're experiencing. And it does help a lot. It really does, to know that you're not alone, that there's so many other people that have been through similar situations. Yeah, I just appreciate you guys. So I will be seeing you guys on the next video. Next time we'll be in Utah. All right. Mwah.